Dear beloved soul, the angels have a message that carries both warmth and revelation about a vow someone made in your name. Now, listen closely, because what you're about to hear will stir something deep in your heart. The angels have been whispering to you, haven't they? In the stillness of your prayers, in the quiet moments of doubt, when you questioned your worth, your beauty, your timing, your age. They were always there. And today, they come with clarity, because someone, a soul deeply connected to yours, has spoken words that shocked even those around them. Words not of rejection, but of love, not of fear, but of fierce devotion. You see, beloved, there are voices in this world that measure love by numbers, by youth, by appearances, by things that fade. But the angels don't see as man sees, and neither does this person. The secret they held for so long, for a long time, they remained silent, not because they didn't feel something for you, but because they were afraid of how others would react. Your age, your life experience, the quiet power in your presence, it made others uncomfortable, not because you were lacking, but because you were more than what they expected, more grounded, more radiant, more spiritually mature. And when others pointed out the difference, it stirred doubt in their heart. But here's what the angels want you to know. This person made a vow in front of those very people who once mocked or questioned, and their vow left the room in utter silence. The kind of silence that comes when heaven's truth pierces the ego's noise. They said, if this love is real, and it is, then I don't care what the world says. I will stand by them, because no one has ever made me feel more seen, more held, more alive than they do. Age means nothing when the soul has found home. You were always enough, dear soul. The angels have seen every moment you looked in the mirror and wondered if you were still enough. Enough to be loved. Enough to be chosen. Enough to still start over. And heaven wept every time you questioned yourself, not because your doubt offended them, but because you couldn't yet see what they see. You weren't just enough. You were divinely crafted for this moment, for this kind of love. The kind that doesn't just flirt with feelings, but builds sacred foundations. The kind that doesn't chase youthful lust, but honors lifelong connection. And your person, they finally saw it too. The angels say this vow changed everything the moment they spoke those words. It was as if a spiritual veil was lifted. The people around them who once scoffed suddenly looked inward. Some felt ashamed because they realized they had mocked something they secretly longed for, real, unwavering love. Some stayed quiet because deep down they knew they could never love with such courage. And a few, a precious few, were moved to tears because they saw something holy in what your person said. They saw God's fingerprints in your connection. What caused this bold shift? You may be wondering, why now? What changed? The angels reveal this. Your silence, your grace, your refusal to beg for love spoke volumes. You didn't try to convince anyone of your worth. You simply lived your truth, quietly, boldly, faithfully, and your person began to feel the absence of your light more than they ever expected. The warmth you gave, the maturity in your words, the peace in your presence. That void became unbearable. They started comparing every other voice, every other face, every other feeling, and none of it came close to what you gave without even trying. That's when they understood. They had judged love too soon. They had let others' opinions dim what heaven was trying to illuminate. Angels are guiding their return. The angels are now walking beside your person, gently, firmly, lovingly. They're being shown memories, moments that once seemed small, but are now impossible to forget. That time you comforted them when no one else noticed they were hurting. The way you smiled, even when life wasn't easy for you. How you never used your wisdom to boast, but always to build. How you understood things they couldn't even explain. These memories are not fading. They're growing stronger. Because the angels are preparing their heart for a return, a sacred return, not just to you, but to truth, to light, to the love God placed in front of them. You are the answer to their growth. This wasn't just about romance. This connection was divinely written to awaken them, to challenge everything shallow they once believed, to help them break free from the fear of what people think. You became their mirror, their reminder of what the soul truly craves: depth, trust, divine alignment. And now, because of you, they are evolving. Their heart is softer, their spirit more open, their courage stronger. Because you stood still in grace, they found the strength to speak what others were too afraid to even whisper. Heaven's applause. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit? That's heaven rejoicing. The angels are applauding, not because everything is fixed, but because something powerful has begun. A love story that refuses to follow the rules of man. A divine connection that proves age cannot define connection. Public opinion cannot destroy destiny. And silence, when guided by God, can be louder than 1,000 words. What you should do now. The angels have a final message for you. Don't chase. Don't shrink. Don't doubt. This vow wasn't about you proving anything. It was about them seeing everything you always were. Stay in your light. Pray with expectancy. Move with grace. And trust that heaven is handling the details. Their return will not be the same as before. They will come back humbled, eyes opened, words soft and full of truth, and hands ready to hold you, not for a moment, but for a lifetime. In closing, dear beloved soul, the angels say this: you are not defined by numbers. You are defined by spirit. You are not waiting for validation. You are resting in divine timing. And you are not forgotten. You are forever known. So prepare your heart, not with fear, but with peace, because the vow they made has changed everything, and the heavens are moving for you, with you, and because of the power of love that was never meant to be ordinary. Please support by giving a super thanks for Jesus' blessings. Your story is unfolding in divine time, and the angels are guiding every single step. Amen.